What up, what up, what up? It's our student section pick'em, inaugural episode.
Yes, sir.
College football week 3 is here. And we
Feels
actually
like week
we
feels
have,
like week one.
we have a ranked matchup, Shelly. We have a ranked matchup.
Yes, we do.
We both make a pick on that. I've got 5 picks and 1 upset. I don't know about you, Shelly. I don't know how many you have.
I have 5 picks, 1 upset.
I can't wait till we have like a full college football slate with like SEC games and everything too. And that
Yeah, I
way,
believe SEC is back next week.
sure.
Big Ten's back in October.
Yeah. SEC is back next week because I believe Auburn and Kentucky will probably be game day.
Yeah, but
I believe so.
that's next week. This is this week. We got a full slate of games. Some interesting ones, some nothing burgers. So I guess we can just dive right into this bad boy.
Yeah, so my first pick, I'm going to go with my lock right off the bat. I'm going to roll with Syracuse plus 21.5 against Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh looked really good against Austin Peay. Kenny Pickett is riding like his 54th year in college football. I really do like Syracuse here. I don't like them to win. Obviously, it's a 21.5 point spread. They're not projected to win. They probably won't. But Tommy DeVito, he's going to run, and I think he's going to create problems for that Pittsburgh defense. And Syracuse, they were only down 10-6 to UNC after 3 quarters. And UNC is a pretty dang good football team.
Yeah, no, they looked really good against UNC. Don't ever count the Orangemen out, albeit they're not a good football team.
They're not.
They're not a good football team, but they're not the worst football team that we've ever seen. So give them that credit, I guess. But
I just want to.
I like that.
I want to see
that 21.5 spread is very, very, very big for a game like this.
It is, and I don't think we've seen enough from Pittsburgh yet for them to cover a 21.5 point spread in an ACC game.
Yeah, Austin Peay is. If it was a different opponent, like I can't even think anybody but Austin Peay. Anybody that was slightly better and they still blew him out like that, then it'd be a whole different story. I'm not buying that. I'm not buying that either. I like that.
Yeah.
All right.
That game is at 12 o'clock on ACC Network. That's being played in Pittsburgh, so maybe that could maybe play a factor, but not cold enough yet, I don't think, to make a difference.
No.
Know your pick.
All right. My lock of the week. I like Duke minus 5.5 over Boston College. I really, really like that. Let me tell you why. Boston College sucks. They actually might be a terrible football team. They haven't played yet this year. But remember, it's Boston College.
It is.
And obviously Duke didn't have the best of weeks last week, but Chase Bryce looked really good. And you can never count out a David Cutcliffe team, ever. Like, no matter how good or bad they are, they will still show up to play hard. And a team like Boston College, who is a bottom, I guess, I don't want to say historic bottom dweller, but in the last 5 years have been comfortably living at the bottom of the ACC. 5.5 is not big enough for this line, I don't think. So I expect Duke to cover that. I actually believe Duke will win by 7+, a touchdown and more. That game's at noon on ESPN3.
Yeah.
Fitting place for a game like that. But yeah, I like Duke a lot in this one. They're gonna win. They're gonna win.
Yeah. Boston College lost AJ Dillon. And that's the best running back they've had in a long time.
Yeah.
Quarterback, their quarterback situation is tough because honestly,
Duke has a good one in Chase Bryce.
They do, and I just don't see Boston College putting enough offense together to sustain a competitive game with Duke. To be honest,
I agree.
I think Chase Bryce is going to overpower him. He played well against Notre Dame, made some poor decisions, but still kept Duke in the ball game. They were one score away from tying it up at one point, and obviously Notre Dame just being the bigger and better team, they ran away with it. So
Yeah, no, and that's what also fed into me giving them the lock of the week is that Notre Dame is probably, arguably, a top 4 team in the country when they're playing at their best.
Yeah.
And I know it's early, and a lot of things can happen early in the year, but it's a good litmus test for a Duke team that does not have a lot of expectations going into this year. I mean, maybe 6-6 at best, 7-5, and they showed pretty good football at times against Notre Dame, and now they're playing a lesser opponent in Boston College. I don't think there will be any problems here.
I don't either.
I don't foresee anything. Now, this could be the upset of the week. It could be. It always is. They got to play the games, obviously, but I don't foresee that happening here. So, yeah, Duke minus 5.5. Shelly's lock of the week.
I love it. My next game, I'm going to go with an underdog to cover a spread here. Another one. I'm going to go with Georgia Tech plus 7.5 against UCF. UCF had a lot of guys sitting out, opting out because of COVID. And Georgia Tech, if they can figure out their kicking game, dude, team's dangerous. And I'm going to say it all year because Jeff Sims and Jordan Mason is a dynamic duo. The defense is okay, but they completely outplayed Florida State and UCF playing their first game of the season. I think they're going to come out slow. I think Georgia Tech at least covers here.
Oh, see, now I guess we're parlaying this into my upset of the week. I think Georgia Tech, the Yellow Jackets out of Atlanta, Georgia, are going to go. They have the Central Florida, whatever, the Knights. Is that what they are? The number 14 team in the country, a team that has been rocked with opt-outs, a team that doesn't look like the national championship proclaimed team that they were 2 seasons ago. They are going to come into Bobby Dodd Stadium, and they're going to get smoked, shellacked, upset. Georgia Tech will defeat UCF. That is my upset of the week. I love the way their quarterback plays, and Jeff Sims, the dude is a freshman, and he looks like a junior. The dude is legit. He is legit. He can also run the ball, too. Georgia Tech also with the bowling ball running back. What's his name? Blanking on the name. It's coming up here. Jordan Mason. That dude is a dog. Their offense, low-key, could be electric. And with the way UCF's roster is looking, the uncertainty, I don't know. I think this is the week Georgia Tech stuns the football world, I guess, and beats UCF. At home, I don't know how many they might not have anybody in the stands for this one. That's to be determined, but I really like Jeff Sims, man. And we were texting this weekend. Like what impressed me the most was his poise in the pocket. Like that's what really, I mean, against a Florida State team, obviously is not a Florida State team we're used to. But they still have the athletes that overmatch the the Georgia Tech offensive line, and he was still creating offense. He had some blunders, yes. He's a freshman, yes, but clearly he's legit. Because your first college game in Tallahassee, like I don't care if there's only 20% capacity in there or whatever they had. That's still an intimidating thing to go into in your first college start. And he won. He went in there and he won. So
yeah.
that I mean, dude's a gamer, man. I really like that pick.
It's how you set a standard in a program. If with the coaching change at Georgia Tech, getting away from that triple option offense, you need a quarterback who's going to come in there and he's going to basically set a standard. And with him being a dual threat guy, that's a good way to start off with a spread offense and a team that's going to run the ball still quite a bit, but Jeff Sims can throw it too. And so.
He's got a cannon.
I think Georgia Tech gets the job done. I think they do.
At the very least, they're going to cover 7.5.
Well, there it is.
At the very least.
Yeah, I think so too. I think so. So I actually ended up with 6 picks because I added one while we were doing this. And this is the one I added. Baylor and Houston. I'm going to go Baylor -4. And this is interesting They lost Matt Rule. They lost Charlie Brewer. So their quarterback situation is tough. Their entire offensive situation is tough. But who does Houston have? That's my question. I think Baylor had a big pick-me-up season last year. I think they got back on the right track as a program, and I think they're going to continue it here, and I think they'll win by a touchdown.
I think a lot of Houston's hype is riding off of what they did. What was it? 2 seasons ago, 3 seasons ago now, and they're still a competitive football program. They're obviously not a top 5 team in the country anymore. Baylor losing Rule is going to hurt. I think they get the job done against Houston. I don't know if the same can be said for the rest of the season, because obviously Texas is looking like Texas again.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that. I really do like that pick.
It'll be tough, but I think they'll be okay. And losing Matt Rule is difficult.
Yeah,
went to the Big 12 championship last year.
And not only what he brought from a coaching aspect, like on the field, but the dude's energy, that's going to be hard to recreate. And that I feel like in a time of college football where the crowd is not going to be there anymore, so you're not going to have that energy. A lot of that rests on the coaches and the players now. Not having that is going to be interesting to see, but I don't think it'll be a problem against Houston. I think that's a good pick.
All right. Your next
So,
one.
all right, I'm going to do something interesting here. I'm going to do this as a parlay because none of these spreads, none of these are worth doing straight up.
Okay.
So I'm going to take all money line here. Notre Dame over South Florida, Oklahoma State over Tulsa, and Cincy over Austin Peay. You put those 3 teams together, that is a lock and a half. That is not missing. Not missing.
If Austin Peay was a little bit better than they are, I would say this is a trap game for Cincinnati. Did you know
Correct.
that?
But Austin, who do they have next week?
Army.
Army got canceled this week against BYU.
They did.
That would have been a really good game as well. That would have been almost as good as the primetime game this week. The game that everybody's here for. What we've been craving since college football returned. A top 25 matchup against the Louisville Cardinals and the U. The U. But I'm here to tell you.
Oh.
The Cardinals are going to stun the Hurricanes in a sort of upset fashion. I don't even know. This is going to be an absolute gunslinging matchup. Some run-and-gun offenses. It's going to be high scoring. It's going to be what we've been wanting for the last 6 months. Michael Cunningham versus Derek King, a battle that arguably the 2 best quarterbacks in the ACC, excluding Trevor Lawrence because Clemson's not an ACC school. Screw Clemson. This is what we have wanted since it came back.
Mm-hmm.
A couple of powerhouse teams that are going into this heavyweight matchup with a lot of momentum. I am so jacked up. I think Louisville's going to come out strong. Hey, and we were talking pre-show, man. Tutu Atwell, you were saying that the junior out of Miami, the one that you missed on, the dude that led the ACC in receiving and touchdowns, he went for 142 yards on 6 receptions. Dude, watch out for Tutu Atwell. Watch out for Michael Cunningham. And even watch Derek King. Dude, it's going to come down to the wire. Just toss the spread out the window. It's going to come down to literally maybe a last-second field goal or a touchdown. It's going to be an absolute intense matchup. I am excited. Either way this game goes, I don't care. This is going to be college football at its best. I'm excited.
I am absolutely pumped for 7:30 Saturday night on ABC. I'm literally getting up at like 8:30 ready to turn on game day. Like I'm gonna get up, shower, throw the jersey on, I'll probably even get my turnover chain wherever the heck it is, and I will be in front of the TV at 9 o'clock on Saturday, ready for college game day. And then I won't have anything to do between 12 and 7:30 because I'm just so stressed out. My take on this game, we all know who I'm going with. I'm going Miami money line here. I don't think it's really a big enough spread for me to just say Miami to cover 2.5.
It's not worth it. It's not worth it.
Miami plus 110 money line is my pick. This is honestly a battle of two teams that everyone says, oh, should they really be ranked?
I think they both should. Miami has been trending in the right direction this year with what they were doing preseason with the recruits and what we were hearing out of their camp. Louisville's always consistently good. Mm-hmm. It seems like, they both deserve to be in the top 25. And I don't think if one of these two teams loses, they're going to drop out. I don't think there's any reason why they shouldn't.
No.
But this is definitely going to be – this is going to be the start of a gauntlet for the U. If the U needs this win more than Louisville does. They really do. They really do. Because I believe they got Clemson coming up in a few weeks. Who else? They got a tough schedule. We were going over it earlier.
Yeah.
Let's see. Oh yeah, they got Florida State, always hard, Clemson, and then Pittsburgh, followed by UVA.
Yep. It's not going to be
easy. Gauntlet.
Not going to be easy. Last year, Miami beat Louisville 52-27. I don't envision that happening again. But what I do envision is somebody putting up, or both teams putting up ridiculous scoring numbers. I think this game will be like, honestly, the over will probably hit. I think the over is like 64. I honestly think this will be like a 40-35 ball game. Miami's secondary is depleted. Just lost another one this week who has entered the transfer portal, Christian Williams. He only played 8 snaps against UAB, but for a thin cornerback room and team that really did not look – or a secondary that did not look great against UAB, I think Michael Cunningham throws for about 380 yards. But I also think Miami's going to run for about 300. So we're going to see two different offenses, a Louisville team that's going to air it out, and they're going to throw about 30 passes, and they're going to complete them all for about 40 yards apiece. Well, Miami is just going to run read options and quick throws, and Derrick King will air it out every once in a while. But, Miami had 340 rushing yards against UAB.
Yeah, Cameron Harris is going to be a big, big part too. The bruiser. He's a bruiser.
He got hurt at the end of the UAB game. I'm glad he's back for Saturday.
Dude, you can't miss this game.
No, you can't.
No matter how – unless you're, like, really injured, if you're a little bit dinged up, you're going to find a way. You're going to grit it out, gut it out, whatever you want to call it.
Yep.
And you're gonna have the whiteout jerseys on. I really want Louisville to go all black.
They're going red over black.
Okay, I can handle that.
With I think red helmet, I believe. Miami's going Stormtrooper. They do it once every year, and then usually a Thursday night ball game they'll do blackout uniforms. So it's always fun to see Miami do the Stormtrooper and then the blackout. I miss the grays that they used to throw out there, but that's a conversation for another day.
The smoke grays.
Yeah, it used to be fun. Appalachian State and Marshall. This is a game that you and I both had our eyes on.
Yeah, we did.
This is probably my favorite non-Miami game of the day. I think this is going to be a heck of a game.
I smell upset in the air here.
And which brings me to my point. I have 2 picks for this game. One, the over of 59.5.
That's hidden.
I think this is going to be like a 50-45 ball game. So over a 59.5, and then Marshall plus 160 money line. Take that, Appalachian State. You ain't pulling a Michigan.
They're gonna get Michigan, I believe.
Basically.
Is that the term? They're gonna get App Stated.
Yes.
Because my man Grant Wells is about to come out and go for like 400 in the air. Oh, that cat can play, man. He throws such a good football.
Mm-hmm.
Like watching it come out of his hand, it jumps, and it just stays like I can't even describe. It looks like a pro quarterback coming out of like the way a pro quarterback throws a football. That's what it looks like when it comes out of Grant Wells' hand.
Yeah.
And he's a freshman, I know, and they played EKU. They stink, I know. But, he's got talent. It's clear he's got the talent. Now he's going to get tested against a Sun Belt powerhouse squad.
Yeah.
I guess we could call them a Sun Belt power.
They are. I mean, they won. I think they've won
Yeah.
the past 2 years. Lafayette might actually do it this year. We'll see. Maybe even Arkansas State. I don't know.
Hey, don't
You
sleep
got
on the
3 ranked teams
Chanticleers.
out of the Sun Belt right now.
Don't sleep on the Chanticleers.
Oh, wait, no, actually, I don't think Arkansas State's not ranked. You have 2 ranked teams out of the Sun Belt, and Arkansas State just upset a Big 12 squad. So the Sun Belt is showing strong so far.
And I guess so did Coastal Carolina. They kind of sort of upset Kansas. Not
That's
really,
true.
though.
So 3 Big 12 upsets for the Sun Belt and 2
So
ranked.
Sun Belt is the new SEC?
Basically. So the Power 5 is now the ACC, the SEC, the Big 12.
Big
Well,
10.
no, not even the Big 12 anymore.
No.
Because the Sun Belt basically just replaced the Big 12.
No. They replaced the Pac-12 because screw
Okay.
the Pac-12.
Okay, so basically the new Power 5 is the ACC, SEC, Big 12, Big 10, and Sun Belt?
Yes.
Okay. All right. We're big on this. This is the new Mountain West. The Sun Belt is the new Mountain West.
Yes, we are the Sun
You stay
Belt
up late to watch
official.
Mountain West games. You stay up to watch Sun Belt games now.
Correct. Well, we wake up early.
Yeah, because they play at 12 o'clock because no one puts
Yeah.
up. They play on CBS Sports Network. Actually,
Get them on ESPN every single day. I could live, sleep, and breathe Sun Belt football. I don't think there's a better brand of football out there than the Sun Belt Conference. That
the
is
best part is that Appalachian State and Marshall actually got moved to CBS this weekend.
Yeah, because it's going to be a good game.
Yeah, with BYU and Army getting postponed. Now Appalachian State and Marshall, CBS at 3:30 instead of CBS Sports Network. That's big time stuff for the Sun Belt. Big time. Love it.
Sun Belt is making their way up. I love it. Love to see it. Upset alert, Citadel over the Clemson Tigers. We're not even going to go into detail there.
Let's calm down.
How wild would that be, though?
That would be
the college,
probably
if the Citadel finds some way in hell to beat Clemson, that would rock the college football world. That would be the biggest upset in any sports history ever.
Yeah.
And I think the Citadel is the team to do it. I'm taking the Citadel this week.
No shot.
Plus
They
900.
don't even have a spread. That's how bad of a game it's going to be.
You sure about that?
Yeah.
You sure? Listen, I know it's not going to happen, but how funny would it be if the Tigers lose to the Bulldogs?
Just isn't going to happen.
I'm aware, but just humor me. How funny would it
I can't
be?
even think about that possibility.
Tell me you wouldn't chuckle.
I mean, I would.
It drops Trevor Lawrence's.
Ridiculously hard, but I just can't even.
Trevor
imagine.
Lawrence's 2 losses in college football would now be at LSU in the national championship game at the Citadel. That is hilarious. I want it to happen now, just so I can say some shit like that.
Did he not lose to? Was it Syracuse that beat them a couple years ago?
It might have been when Kelly Bryant was quarterback. He's only lost 1 game in college.
That's true. Oh, do you have any more picks? Are you out?
Yeah, I actually do. Virginia beats Virginia Tech
Oh wait,
because Virginia Tech got scared and faked COVID.
basically. So that game's just not being played. My last pick, Shelly, you mentioned the game earlier. You mentioned the pick earlier. I like it as well. Duke minus 5.5 over Boston College. Chase Bryce is going to throw for 5 billion yards. And Boston College is a very subpar ACC school.
Yep.
That's all we got.
Yep. So let's see how ridiculously right we are when we come back on Monday on the show.
Just wanted to point out the fact I hit a plus 310 Arkansas State last weekend. So if anybody wants to take my word for upsets, you know where to find me.
On the YouTubes.
On the YouTubes. Make sure you subscribe to our channel, Dorm Room Sports. Hey,
Hit that sub button right, well, below. I'm just pointing down,
could be below, probably something. I don't know.
down there.
Sure. Also, we're gonna hope to have a studio for y'all next week. That'd be cool. And then,
Shed.
lastly, follow us on Twitter at TSS_pod and at DRScast.
Slide in the DMs. Talk all that smack. I'm here. You can talk all the smack you want, Virginia Tech football fans. I will take it, and I'll give it right back to you. If you want some expert picks, you'll slide us $50. We'll give you all the picks you want. And that's not necessarily right, but $50 is $50.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm just BSing stuff here, but yeah, just let us know what you think in the comments below and the Twitters and the DMs. Yeah.
Amazing. All right.
Who's?
Have fun watching college football. We'll see y'all next week.